Hi, this is Wolfie doing a quick overview of Windborne, which is an early access game on Steam. Really impressed with it already. They've got tons of new stuff coming out, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But it's already beautiful, and I love the creativity. And it's a gathering, exploring game. It's kind of like a Minecraft sort of idea, but much more beautiful, and they've got some wonderful stuff coming up for it. Including, I have to say, dragon links, breedable, raisable dragons, little dragon links apparently, that you will be able to learn various skills from and teach, including how to fly. But it's already looking absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the sky up here. Night time at the moment, obviously. We've got kind of a huge sort of swirling galaxy up there. Very picturesque moon. And an enormous constellation, which I suspect at full stretch probably looks like a dragon. So we can see our area here. This is your dragon stone. This is where you sort of start, and it's kind of your home point. Wherever you go in this, you can't die at the moment, but you can fall off the island that's floating in the sky. But whenever you sort of get out of bounds, drop off it, or you get lost or whatever, it's dead quick to return to here. It's just a quick shortcut key to return back to your Dragonstone again. So we can see I've been working here. I've got a couple of different shrines. That's my basic house over there that I've been building. And these are a couple of the early things that you craft, that you create. This is a stove for cooking and melting stones and things like that. And this is a crafting table, which you can use for, excuse me, for cutting bricks and things like that. So let's go have a quick look at my house. Very basic, quite early on in this game for me, just been following through all the different, you get missions from the Dragonstone that sort of take you through. It's kind of a guided tour, showing you how to do various things, and it tells you to go away and gather some wood and bring it back, and then you can craft a workbench and so on, so it guides you through it. These are some of the highborn blocks that you can create. These, I must just show you, these are absolutely wonderful. This is a woolly, the little flying sheep. And they're so adorable. And when they've got that little bit of extra wool hanging off, they want to be sheared. So you go over to them, you press E, it shears the wool, and then he checks, and it's gone. He's all better. There you go. And they've got a couple of different animations that they do. Sometimes they do a little sort of tucked bow to you. There we go. He's going to check. Absolutely brilliant. They are so cute. And it's a good representation, or a good example rather, of why I love this game so much. There we go, there's another one. Harvested his wool. Let's help this chap out. There we go. He's done the little bow. So anyway, yes, I mean, as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. Being sort of like a gathering game, you dig into the ground. So all this beautiful sort of rounding off and gorgeous sort of generated landscape does get sharp edges on it. I mean, it does it itself. You can see on some of the rocks naturally sharp edges. But if you go digging away, picking up grass blocks, for example, you find you're quickly carving yourself a very square area out of the ground. However, I have just learnt earlier on that you still have, if you want to keep your land looking aesthetically pleasing, especially around where you've made your home, you do have options. So you can just sort of smooth off the edges on things, you know, to make it look much more natural again. So let me just dig away at that. So I won't do it all the way around, but you can see that you don't have to leave it looking with any square edges at all. You have the options to be able to make things look pretty again, which I love. One of the problems with Minecraft is the graphics. They're great. I mean, it was a brilliant idea. And there have been so many games that have copied it, and you can get different graphic sets that people develop. But this I love because they've actually made it look much more beautiful, much more sort of cute. It's another little one of the woolies. You can't resist these things. They are so cool. I cannot wait to see what the dragonlings look like. So basically you get different sort of quests to do. You come back to your Dragonstone and it will give you a quest. Even the interface, the graphics interface, is absolutely beautiful. They've really done some amazing work on this already. So at the moment I've got to go to the desert and build a house with 100 or more desert blocks. Now down the bottom here you can see on the bottom of my screen there's like a quick inventory which shows 10 items that I can very quickly access. I've got a basket of wool that I'm gathering and some blocks of grass that I cut out earlier. Now I've also got, because I've been doing this a while, I've also got my main inventory, which you get to by pressing Q, which has got a ton of different things that I've created. So I've got lots more wool in there, so I can add, just right click to add the wool from the quick inventory up there. But the reason these are down here is that it's just as easy to build as it is to harvest. So no fussing around with pickaxes and that sort of thing, which is a bit of a pain with things like Minecraft and Starbound and stuff. And I kind of hope that they keep this the way that it is, because I don't really need to be gathering things, you know, with pickaxes and switching to axes to chop down trees. This is all done with the hand. They may add tools, but at the moment I like this as it is. So I can sort of go to any of these blocks down here, and instead of pressing the right mouse button, which is what I use to harvest it, I can press the left mouse button to build. Okay, and that works with anything. So if we go and have a look at, let's jump down here. So I love this generated, see all the little caverns down there? The generated landscape and all the natural kind of rounding and smoothing is done on it. And I love these graphics and the trees. So we'll hop over here, past some woolies, and to the house that I've been working on. Very basic, still done with blocks, but it does some very clever sort of edging and stuff on them. So this is my first little house, and I've got some windows in and some curtains on the windows. Couple of little storage chests that I'll be able to move some of my stuff into. Okay, so that's the basis of it. I can create tons more items. Every time you complete a mission for the dragon, for the dragonstone, you are given a scroll which gives you a new recipe. So these are the different things that I can craft at the moment. So you can see there's all sorts of things in there, right the way down to little mailboxes and various bits of furniture, all sorts of things. And I have learned so far 72 of the 172 things you can learn in this early access version. I'm sure there will be tons and tons more, but I love the design feel that they've got with these things. So, for example, the highborn bunk or the highborn fence, those are the doors that I created. And any one of these things that you want to create, I'll take a little stool for example. It tells you what you need, and it's lit up at the moment because I have got the components for this. I've got some wood planks and I have some cloth that I made earlier. Okay, so I could go ahead and create that, but I need to be near one of the shrines, and this is what those little shrine things are for. There are, so far I've found 3 different types. You have your highborn, which is the one that you start with. So that's a highborn shrine that I've updated. I've upgraded it to a fine one. This is the desert one that I've also got upgraded. There's also a rune one for creating other things. But I discovered that in my explorations, but my dragonstone hasn't given me missions for that yet. So anyway, yes, that's my shrine. And now I'm close to it, I can go back into crafting. And if I go down to the stool again, I'm now close enough to be able to craft that. So there's various things you have to find in world that you can then bring back. You can build little temples to put your shrines in and that sort of thing. I've just put them by my dragonstone because I'm working through quickly to do the review. But I can now craft a highborn stool. So there it goes, and it pops down into my inventory. So I'll close the craft window and come back to my house and go in here and put my stool down. There we go. Now I don't think you can actually use any of these things yet, but I'm quite sure that's coming. So there we go. That is a very quick overview of Windborne, which for an early access game is seriously impressive already. And I just love the beauty, and I can't wait for the dragons. Dragons will be so awesome. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks for listening.